Wood has had excellent control in his 6 starts as a Giant. Had only walked 9.
4-pitch walk to start the game.
5 home runs. 3-2 pitch. Swung on and missed. He struck him out. Here it is. Swing and a miss. He struck him out with the slider.
He pulls the grounder to third. There's Longoria coming off 7 shutout innings against Miami on Saturday, where he struck out 10, didn't walk anybody. Fewer. Field Chris Taylor. Be a bit of an adventure there. 8 Betts is there for out number 2. Home with the payoff. Strikes him out with the fastball. But at home, the bull get with a knock down the line. Yastrzemski races over to dig it out for the ball. Shatters his bat on a roller to third into the palm of the glove of Longoria.
Now the pitch on the way. Fastball struck him out swinging.
116 against that pitch this year. Sticks with it and strikes him out. Payoff pitch. He pulls it into the shift. There's Turner on a bounce. Dickerson inside the bag. Base hit in the left. Throw it again and struck him out. 3rd strikeout for Trevor Bauer.
I don't even talk about the butt. 3 pitches. See you later.
Splits the gap and off of the glove of Talkman, allowing Betts to get into on a 2-0. Taylor digs it out, flies it to center. Talkman's back at the wall. It's gone. A screamer to dead center.
Runs in the National League. Well, this one he drives himself in. That's quite a shot, Joe.
Turner struck out his first time. Wraps it on the ground here to Brandon Crawford. Crawford again. Peters. 1 gone. Get that from him. Fastball gets him. And Wood says it. Tails back 95 to get the inside corner. Will Smith opens the 1 pitch, 1 out. Ground ricochets off him. Crawford gets it and throws on a 1-1. Noisy. Sheldon Noisy.
He struck him out. And he got him to chase a little bit.
2 gone. But Crawford is there. Taylor. 1 out. Strikes out Crawford with a high fastball. Out Taylor coming on. That falls in no man's land. Belt to second with a 2-out. In the dirt. Belt will take 3rd. Did he go? You bet he did. The sword from Bauer. Center field, and he's been on all 3 times tonight. He made them do that, then the throw comes back. Puts Taylor away. Chase hit for Turner to snap the 0 for 19. Delivers 1-1. Pujols wraps it in the ground to the hole. It's short. They'll get it out at second. Over to first. Double play. Call. Sliders rake to third. Turner lobs it across and gets it. Taking charge. Collides with. There's that quick inning Trevor Bauer was looking for.
He struck him out.
With Clayton.
Hit of the night. This one is towards the gap. Backhand Talkman.
He's on deck. The rookie struck him out twice. But he strikes out Noisy here.
He's a base hit to right. Yastrzemski was playing in, so he throws the first. From here. That one's upstairs and a leadoff Buster Posey. He struck him out looking. Bauer. Crawford takes ball 4. Pitch. He struck him out. Rifling a fastball by Bell.
Off the glove of Bauer. He retrieves it. And he throws off the bag. See it live. Yastrzemski scores.
Part of the park. Betts with a call on the catch. Pitch coming to Chris Taylor. Got him swinging. 2 up, 2 down. Turner bounces the first one he sees to third. Longoria is there. Tries a payoff. And bounces it. Cincinnati was Bauer's teammate in a 2-1 game. Jones strikes out rough. One from Jones. Side. At second base, Sheldon Noisy. Against the guy who wound up making the team with a short on 1-2. Will Smith with the call and the catch. Home plate umpire Chris Guccione. It's put away by Talkman. Left side. Turner throws him. Right there to strike him out. Fight off, caught by Turner. 1, 2, 3. But it will stay in the yard for Dickerson. DeSclafani on Sunday. Right, that'll drop in front of Yastrzemski. Pinch hit base where it is, and even out by the end. Garcia for a throw over. They've got him caught.
Not only with that velocity, but
How about a short? Gavin Lux. One gone. Infield. Turner's got it. 0-1 pitch. Bouncing ball left side. Trying it over to get it with a bare hand. That will do it.
Chris, you had a 2-run homer, putting up the only runs on the board tonight. You've shared with me how you've been feeling mechanically, seeing the ball better. But what allowed you to get off such a great swing?
Yeah, you know, I was just trying to be disciplined. I know Woody really mixes his pitches, and he fell behind there, and I got a pitch in the middle of the plate and put a good swing on it.
When you get to go against a former teammate like Alex Wood, does it give you a little bit of the advantage there?
I don't know. You know, I think it could go both ways. He knows us just as well as we know him. So, but definitely seen him pitch a lot, so have an idea of what he's trying to do against us, and give him credit. He had a good game, but you know, just tried to grind him out and get into their bullpen.
And now we know the Dodgers-Giants is a historic rivalry. But when it came down to tonight, trying to get ahead in the NL West, can you just describe the intensity of this game?
Yeah, it felt like a playoff game the whole way. You know, they have a really good team, and you know, the great energy in the stadium. There's a lot of fans here, and you know, it was a good, hard-fought win.
And Trevor Bauer was fantastic. What was it like watching him from your standpoint?
Yeah, he was outstanding. Obviously, his stuff was great tonight. Had the slider, curveball, and fastball. You know, life on the heater, and you know, really attacked the hitters. And he got deep into the game, which we needed after a bullpen game. So that was great.
Hey, Trevor, how do you feel overall? And did you have to do any convincing there to go get back out there for the 7th?
I felt great overall. Just frustrated with myself. I think there's a couple innings where I threw way too many pitches. A couple things went against me. There's a strikeout that wasn't called. I ended up walking a guy and throwing a lot more pitches. And so my pitch count ran up. But obviously, the bullpen game day yesterday, it was important to go as many as I could. So that was a pretty short conversation to go out for the 7th.
How many more pitches could you have thrown if you had to go, stay out there for another inning or whatever?
I don't know. I felt good. It wasn't like I was tired. My velo was good, and I sprayed the ball around a little bit that inning. Walked the leadoff guy, unfortunately, because I should have gotten to the 7th, honestly. But yeah, I just kind of cost myself with a couple mistakes. And
some guys might shy away from it, but do you kind of enjoy the energy and just kind of feeding off of a rival, the crowd from a rival?
Someone yelled. I didn't hear the middle of that question. Can you say it again?
Oh yeah, sorry. Some guys might shy away from it, but do you kind of enjoy just that energy in an opposing ballpark?
Yeah, I mean, they're going to hate me anyway, so might as well lean into it. I like when the crowd's into it. Makes the moment feel bigger, and I perform better in those moments. So just feeds me.
Thank you.
Next question is from Kirsten Watson. Go ahead.
Hey, Trevor, there in the 6th, after that error, how did you have to relock in to really just kind of get through that and then to dig deep in the 7th?
I just needed to focus. It's like we still had a lead, we had a 1-run lead, and can't give up a hit there and, go behind. So it's just part of, being a pitcher and being out there. You have to refocus. You make mistakes every game. And if you give up a hit or you give up a homer, you make an error, whatever, it's all kind of the same thing.
Thanks, Trevor.
Next question is from Bill Plunkett. Go ahead, Bill.
Yeah, Trevor, I think when we talked about it before, you said you'd never really been a part of a rivalry like this. What did you think being a big part of it for the first time?
That was pretty fun. Looking forward to the stadium being full capacity next time.
and the wrestling maneuver there on the way off the mound, the cupping of the ear and raising your hands. Was that just in the moment? What brought that on?
Fans wanted to boo me, so I wanted them to turn the volume up. Like, if you're going to boo me, then don't. I can't say that. Don't half, whatever it on the mound or on the stadium. Just give it to me.
Thank you.
Next question is from Fabiana. Go ahead.
Hey, Trevor. I know you kind of alluded to it earlier, but did it take a minute after the ball that you thought was a strikeout, the 0-2 pitch, to sort of lock back in the rest of that inning? Because I think it just needed like 10 more pitches to get out of that.
Yeah, I don't think you can execute a better pitch than that. Like, I knew it was a strike. Will knew it was a strike. I think everybody but home plate umpire knew it was a strike. Having to lock back in there, obviously ended up walking the guy. So that was less than ideal, but obviously was able to get out of it. Just cost me probably an extra couple outs.
Is it more frustrating in an outing like this where you kind of know that you kind of empty the tank in a sense with your pitch count with where the bullpen's at?
Who said I emptied the tank?
Well, when they needed you to throw as many pitches as possible in that sort of an outing.
Yeah, it's always frustrating when you execute a pitch and the bat should be over and it's not. So in that sense, but it's not something that like overwhelms you on the mound or anything. It's like I said earlier, you just have to refocus and deal with the situations in front of you.
Thanks, Trevor.
Got time for one more. Go ahead, Alvin.
Hey, Trevor. In an earlier entry, you were talking about how just the negativity from a road crowd feeds you. I'm wondering, have you always do you feel like you've always just sort of done well in environments like that, or is that something that just developed as you navigated through your career?
I think I've always done well in environments like that for the majority of my career. Well, I don't want to say that, but for my early career, my high school and some of my college days, it was a negative environment towards me every time I pitched because it was coming from my own team. So I'm comfortable there. People have disliked me for a long time, and people have tried to bully me, and I'm comfortable there.
Gotcha. And when you did what you did on the way back to the dugout, a lot of people were tweeting video of Tommy Lasorda sort of doing a very similar thing to Giants fans. I don't know if you were just sort of paying homage there, or was that just sort of a coincidence?
Probably just a coincidence. I wasn't aware of that, so just a coincidence.
Hey, Dave. Trevor Bauer was fantastic. What were your takeaways from his outing?
He was really good. It's just the more you see him, you just love to compete, the execution, the ability to make pitches when he needs to. We needed him to go deep tonight, and he took that challenge, embraced it, and left it all out there. It was, our guys fed off of that.
And it was clear that there was a moment in which he wanted to stay in, and you allowed him, of course, to do just that. What led to that decision?
I think for me, it's just seeing how he feels. You got to trust a player at times because they're all going to want to stay in the game as far as starting pitchers. But I just didn't think the stuff was compromised at all. You could argue that the command wasn't pinpoint, but I thought the stuff, pure stuff in the sixth inning was the best that he had all night. And then so to go out there in the seventh, it wasn't a health thing. It was just more of just the effectiveness. But that out that he got was still a big out, walking the leadoff guy, Solano, but getting the out to have Nate Jonesy go 5 outs instead of 6 still impacted the game. So again, Trevor picked us up big time.
And Nate Jones in his Dodger debut, how big was his outing?
It was great. It was great just getting off the plane, getting into a major league game, and you can just see a veteran pitcher. The moment wasn't too big for him. Executed pitches, made pitches, and our guys, baseball ops, did a really nice job acquiring him.
Thanks, Dave.
Yep.
Next question is from Bill Plunkett. Go ahead.
Yeah, Dave, when did Nate Jones get to the ballpark tonight?
I think he got here right about 5 o'clock, something like that. I made my first introduction about 5 o'clock.
You didn't introduce yourself on the mound when you called it in?
No, I got ahead of it just a little bit, Bill, and he said hello, introduced himself, introduced him to our pitching guys, Steven Schilotti, the bullpen catcher, went out, got his arm loose, and didn't see him till I handed him the baseball.
when you made the decision to send him back out, send Trevor back out for the 7th, he was already at 113 pitches. How much more did you think you could get out of him?
I thought, it was going to be a short leash. I think that, he had that one stressful inning where we thought we punched out Longo. But outside of that, the pitch count was up, but there weren't stressful innings. So a lot of that is what I look at. And I just talked to him. He said he felt good, and I told him to give him a short leash.
And what did you think of his exit and playing to the crowd?
You know what? What do they say? Let the kids play. So I think it's the gamesmanship, the fun, the banter back and forth. He dishes it out. He can take it, and it's just great for the game. It's a lot of fun.
Thanks, Dave.
Yep.
Next question is from Jorge Castillo. Go ahead.
Yeah, I think this is 3 times now where you guys have gone to the bullpen game before Trevor. Just how valuable is having a guy like him where you can rely on him to sort of navigate this time where you don't have a fit starter?
It's huge. We've been very fortunate with our starters this year going deep into games, but certainly Trevor's a guy that I feel we can push a little bit more, and he does that. And a lot of his value is certainly putting up zeros and pitching well, but also just the ability to log a lot of innings.
I know we've talked a lot about rivalries this year, Padres and stuff, but how did it feel to be here with the crowd playing the Giants in a tight game?
It felt great. It felt great. And I think that this is really the first time going on the road and almost having a capacity stadium, obviously the rivalry and beat LA and let's go Dodgers. And it just felt like a real rivalry game. And we haven't had that in quite some time. It was fun.
Well, just how you kind of figure it's going to be when these teams get together, right? Tight and tense. 2-1. The Dodgers get their 9th win in their last 10.
Outstanding starting pitching. Trevor Bauer just gave his heart and soul tonight, and Dave Roberts allowed him to go back out. He talked his way back into that and made it a rough outing. But, wow, Nate Jones to the rescue and Blake Trinan to finish it off. This has been an outstanding game.
And it was, again, Chris Taylor that provided the offense. 2-run homer early, wound up being all they needed.
Yeah, and the long balls provided 5 runs over the last 2 games. So they're running with the long ball right now. And the unearned run, it's really going to be a fun series. These guys are going to play tight. This ballpark plays tight, and we're going to see some exceptional starting pitching the rest of the way.
It'll be Walker Buehler tomorrow trying to pitch the Dodgers to a series win.